Good morning. So today we are going to see some basic concept related to engineering mechanics to solve the problems. The first one is very number of times you will get the questions of beams. So what is the meaning of a beam? Beam is a structure, is a member of a structure which is supposed to take vertical load. So like the bench on students sit on the classroom, it is a beam. Most of the structures on the load on which the vertical load is implemented, like the seat of a train or scooter or bike or car, or the structure especially made in buildings which are horizontal. You see the horizontal structure, that is known as beam. The railway track is a kind of beam. So there are different kind of beams. Normally at the starting level you'll have three kind of beams. First one is simply supported beam. Simply supported is it is simply given a support. It is having a small spears like shape here, or nothing will be there, right? So it is simply having a point support. So it is simply you are giving support to this beam. So if you'll have to make free body diagram, what is required to calculate the unknown forces, so it will replace these supports with two unknowns, two reactions. Yeah, each at one point you'll have one, maybe VA and VB. You can say this is VA vertical at A and vertical at B. Now many number of time in a question you might be having beam which is on an inclined plane. The inclination may be making angle of theta from the horizontal. So when you make the free body diagram of the beam, it will make theta angle from the vertical. You can find out from the geometry, but it is going to be the theta from the vertical. So the reactions will make, this is the reaction VA and this is the reaction VB. They will make angle theta from the vertical. So when you are resolving the forces to go for equation of equilibrium, this will be helpful to you. Another kind of beam is cantilever beam. Cantilever beam is a kind of beam which is you will say one end is fixed, this end is fixed, and second end is free. So this is fixed end and this is free end. So this is free end. So free end means that there is no support on this side. It is something like you must have seen when the platform which we use for diving into the swimming pool, or the balconies, or the nail you put on the wall. These are all cantilever kind of supports or fixed kind of support. When you remove this to make the free body diagram, you have to again remove the support. When you remove the support, then support has stopped basically three kind of motion. One is horizontal translation, vertical translation, and rotation about the point. So you have to replace it with three unknowns, HA, VA and MA. MA is a movement. You can take it clockwise or anti-clockwise. Anyhow, it is not going to be impacted, because ultimately the unknown, when you will calculate, you will get answers with signs. So positive sign means what direction you have assumed is coming right, and negative means you have to take the reference direction. Now after this you have a third kind of beam which is known as hinged beam. Hinged beam is a kind of beam where one of the end is having, you see there is a pin has been shown, there is a pin support or hinge support, and second is this is roller support or simply support. So in such case you have to replace hinge support with two unknowns, HA and VA, and roller again with VB. It is something like you must have seen the door. You can open it. That means there is movement is allowed, but you cannot move door from one place to another place. It is hinged at a place. Similarly, your notebook, you are having hinge support. Okay, so hinge support allow the rotation and avoid the translation. So basically the reactions which are coming because you have stopped some kind of motion, and there are, assuming in a plane you are having 3 degree of freedom, and any degree of freedom if you stop, you introduce a unknown. HA is for horizontal degree of freedom is stop, VA is vertical degree of freedom is stop, and MA is rotation is stop. So in a plane there are 3 degree of freedom. We'll see it in equation of equilibrium further. Now next is we will see reactions on sphere. So if you are having a sphere, like a sphere is there, two spheres problem is very common. Two spheres are lying in a vessel. You are supposed to find out reaction at the contact point. So how the reactions will come? So first you have to understand the reaction will come if you will stop the motion or degree of freedom is constrained. So if you will see this sphere, let us say there are two spheres, sphere B and sphere A. So sphere B is in contact at vessel at this point. You will get a reaction R1. It will pass from the contact point to the center and wait, and there is a center to center reaction. If two spheres are in contact, the reaction will act from center of one to center of another. That is, this is R2 is coming because of this force. That is because of sphere B. And now you see the free body diagram of second sphere, that is B. You will get R2 because of sphere 1A. You will get R4 because of this joint, or because of not joint, you will say the support. If you don't have this wall, so it will move like this. So that means this wall is implementing such kind of force in horizontal direction. A reaction is coming in this direction, so if you will not have a surface, this sphere B will fall down. So here it is a force being implemented at this point, shown as R3, and the weight W. Now in all such kind of the questions, the main problem may be like when you will implement Lami's theorem or equation of equilibrium. So equation of equilibrium or Lami's theorem can be implemented if you know all the forces in the direction between direction of the forces from the horizontal or vertical. Maybe like such questions, you do not know these angles. So how to get these angles is basically you will get from the geometry. For this kind of a sphere system, you can calculate cos theta of this triangle, that is center to center, by doing this d minus R1 minus R2. That will give you this d minus R1 minus R2 is this, and this is going to be R1 plus R2. So cos theta is R1 plus d minus R1 minus R2 upon R1 plus R2. So by using this concepts and then implementing Lami's theorem or equation of equilibrium, such kind of the problems can be solved. So we will be discussing more problems as per need in the future video. Thank you.